What's up, everybody? CT. It's March 25th, 7:30 at night, and I added Facebook to this thing too. So we'll see if that goes over good. I'm using a restream.io, and so like I'm flagging YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Um, in fact, I'm about to check that right now just to see. It's on all of those. Oh, I can just click these links. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's see. Yeah, Twitch looks fine. Yeah. Oh God, YouTube is working okay. And oh my gosh, I'm also on Facebook. Crazy, crazy. Okay. Fun, strange, fun. Oh, it says I'm playing Kakarot though. I'm not playing Kakarot on Facebook. I'll have to change that. Maybe I'll do that right now. Can I edit this? I was playing Kakarot at some point. Oh, maybe I'll just, or what can I do? I can do this, copy the title. I'm working on, oh God, let me select this. All right, and then update all. It's thinking. Okay. I have no idea how this works. I've never done the Facebook stream before. Maybe I could rename it later. Actually, let me just stop it and redo it. Hello, the old one. I'll be right back. I'm gonna like restart my stream. Well, I can't figure out how to get rid of it, so I'll just leave it there. Maybe I'll change it later. Okay, because I gotta get started. It's not the first time I got to a stream where going live didn't work as expected. Yeah, yeah. I'm still trying to get all the kinks out, so working on it. All right, here we go. So working on a tile map creator, and we're gonna try to do procedural content generation, and yeah, that's what I'm working on. Uh-oh. Why does it just keep popping up there? I'm confused with loading. Oh, you can't see my screen. Let me present. Actually, oh shoot, you know what? I am. Okay, I think I got it. Too much stuff was on my desktop. Been working from home, so you know, mixing that work and that personal life. Yeah. And my Unity projects are not opening up. Yeah, I see. See it. It's like crashing or something. What? Why is that my Unity not working? Let me this, oh, that's the right version, right? We gotta log in. Maybe it's like a login issue. Guess so. Yeah, it has EG now. Alright, let me in. Let me in. What is going on? Why is Unity acting all messed up? And I'm not on a good start right now. Trying to get started for 7:30 and I am not doing that. The old one. I'm not sure if it's your Twitch actually. I had to disconnect twice already because one was for like the Facebook stream I couldn't get really working right, and then the other thing was I had to disconnect from a VPN, so my connection dropped and it came back. So it might not be you. It's probably me. Okay. Yes, this is Unity Hub. So, alright, I'm gonna just close everything out. Why not? I'm gonna go to my task manager here. Here's my task manager. If you want to see it too, here it is. I'm gonna go to Unity. There's probably a million Unity things now. Or none. Alright, here we go. I see 2 hubs. Get rid of that hub. Alright, there's nothing in Unity. Anything like totally killing my computer? Not really. I didn't know this thing took so much. That's my little webcam streamy thing. Okay, well, it does what it does. That's true. My connecting and disconnecting shouldn't have crashed your browser. So then, yeah, I don't know. All right. Tile map creator. It's right there, right? All the files are right here, right? Anyone launch Unity? All right. What if I make a whole new project? I know I keep going to Unity Hub. It's ridiculous. Yep, that's the right one. Make a new project. Oh, it seems to be working. Alright, well... Drats. Let's start this from scratch. So packages, OPGA, logs, library, build, these root directory stuff, idea. I think delete those. That's a fresh directory of assets. So I should be able to now to go to Unity Hub. So yeah, obviously it seems to be working okay. So I don't think it's Unity. It was that project, I guess. Oh my gosh, it's still crashing on me. Really? Is it my project settings? I feel like the music's appropriate too. It's like a big stressful... Oh my god, what? Well, yeah, I guess I got rid of the project settings. Fine. This is what I'm about to do. Undo that. Grab you guys. Bring you to my new project. All of you guys. All of you guys. We're going to go to Tile Map Creator. Oh no, we're going to go to new Unity project. Just dump it in there. Have I tried the hammer? I have not. This project has been previously saved with undefined version. Okay. Cancel. Don't you have like a project version? Oh snap! What is going on here? I don't know what revision, just open it up with 2019 1.14. That's what we've been opening up forever. Fine. Open up with whatever version you think is appropriate. Actually, let me just launch Unity, the one I want it to launch. Oh my god! Grumble, grumble. How do you know I want to open up? Okay, what if I just delete this version thing? Delete. Oh my god! I need to open it up with 2019 1.14 because that's what I have all my actions, my GitHub actions set up as. There's got to be something telling you that. Okay. Breathe. Open up the project. Open up the later version if you have to. Did you just disappear? You're not even gonna tell me a thing? Driving me nuts. Driving me crazy. Alright, screw it. I'm gonna make a new folder. We're just gonna drag the assets right in there and be in this whole process. I'm usually such a Unity fanboy. Like I love this, and like today it's disappointing me. And the load times, come on. But the end result can go anywhere, so I gotta just keep focused. Unity can go anywhere. Phones, computers, tablets. And I only have to program once, deploy everywhere. Although I've never released anything, and I know the actual process of releasing all of that stuff is a big pain. Alright. Here we go. One more time. I'm going to grab the GitHub stuff and the assets. Screw the project settings. And on our desktop, we have number 1. Awesome. Let all that import. Sure. Oh yeah. Alright, back to my project. Sorry, I have this like tile map editor, and I do have tasks. Let's see what my tasks were supposed to be. My task music out loud. That's just me. Okay. So right now I can paint on the grid, and one of the things is I have to like press for each like tile, so I want to be able to hold my mouse to paint. But I don't know if it's high priority right now. I think I just need to get the software moving. Oh, the old one. You never use Unity? What did you use, or what are you using? Alright, and... Oh, right, so if I resize the grid, it changes everything. Like, if I made you, like, 9, see how it changed everything? So, I want to be able to keep everything in the same X and Y coordinates. That's a little more pressing. And create and select other tile layers. That's really the bulk of what this project's going to be, and I think I should just start working on that feature right away, because that's what I want to test right away and see if it's worth pursuing. So I want to be able to tile layers, but more importantly, I want to be able to like have different layers as input and output to each other. Like have a Perlin noise layer, which generates like a layer of Perlin noise, and maybe I can use that as a mask for trees or something, you know, just something silly. Oh, okay, you make mods in Minecraft using Java. Yeah. Well, Unity's probably pretty good then because it uses C Sharp, and C Sharp's basically Java, right? Uh, okay. So, let's keep going. Mods for Skyrim and Oblivion. Very nice, very nice. All using Java as well, or they use like scripting like Lua or Python or something like that. All right. Layers. To do layers, I'm going to make some kind of selectable thing on the left-hand side here. So let's grab that. So I'm gonna have a layers list. So that might just be on my text. I'm gonna rename this UI, and then on my UI, my layers panel. I see I have these layers text. I might just make another UI text, or do I want it to be like? Okay, Skyrim and Oblivion have their own systems. Okay. Also used by the Fallout. Okay. Cool. Is it like a GUI or is it text-based? And I'm gonna go ahead and make this one to a panel and like multiple layer like selection things. So a panel with text in it is what I'm gonna make. All right, so here we go. Panel. But this panel's not gonna take the whole thing. Oh God, go away. Oh God, go away. There we go. Right. We're gonna make this panel maybe just half. So the anchor here is 0.5. So it's gonna be the other way. It'll be 0.5. So, and we'll just give it like a little margin on the top right and bottom. All right, so we have this that little square right there, and in the square, we're gonna have these vertical items. I don't think I need to expand it though. And these items are gonna be text box, or little text for now. Actually, let's make it like an inch first because I want to be that whole area. I want it to be clickable. So I'm gonna make it like an image. So I want like this image to be clickable. The height, the width is gonna be variable, but the height is gonna be like 50. No, you didn't do what I said or what I wanted. I want you to be 100% width. So what am I thinking? Maybe I'm doing it wrong here. Oh, child force expand width. Yeah, do that. It's really for the basic stuff. Scripting systems built is a bit of a pain to work with. Do the way the mods load, changing some of the references. Oh, okay. So like, script one day, they do an update, and then like it would be something different. You're like, oh, why? Yeah, I get that. I get that. So like any reliance on any third party would do that, right? So like if you like me, if I'm building stuff right now in Unity, like I change one of the libraries on me, I would have to change my code, right? Because they're not monitoring my code, and that's one of the problems I guess you always run with when you're programming or doing anything on an engine that you didn't make yourself. Yeah. Okay, let's keep it going. So for some reason it's not expanding because you're not controlling the size. Yeah, let's do it. So okay, now it's controlling the size. It's the full width. I can height whatever I want, and I do want a little padding. So or a little spacing. So let's give you like 5 pixels. So for every image I put in here, it should have some spacing. And right now we just want to test 2 layers. So we'll just call you a layer list, and then it will be layer 1. Layer 2. This is not fully functional yet, so it's just going to be for me to test. just adding an additional mod could affect your existing code. Yeah. All right, so we have our layer list. Let's go ahead and make this a layer list. So we're gonna make a whole area for our layer list, and we'll just call it layer list. Let's do some coding. All right, here we go. ECS components, and this component is going to be a list of layers, right? That's what a layer list is, and we'll just call you layers. All right, done. Easy class. Yeah, we're gonna have to create that type layer. Let's do it. All right, so layer is gonna also be a component, and I don't really have a purpose for you just yet, but we need you to create your own file. And right, let's remove the unused usings. So we have a layer list. It's a list of layers, and then layer. And so for now, we're just going to hard code all of this. So our layer list is going to have this layer list, and each of our layers is going to have this layer script. And our layers, right now we only have 2 layers, and I'm going to put layer 1 and layer 2 right here. So cool, now we have this layers list. And just to keep this kind of more visually understandable, I'm going to make the text expand the whole way, and we'll just call you layer 1, and I'm gonna make you fit this area, but I'm gonna also add some padding, like 5 is what I've been using for everything as well, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and copy that and paste that right here, put you here, and do kind of the same thing, 5. Yeah, my watch is saying, move, you haven't walked around in the last hour. And I will, after the stream. Okay, so we have layer 1 and layer 2. We're going to paint tiles on both layers. Here's the thing. I need to somehow keep track of the layers and what's going on. So I think on each layer, maybe we can have a like grid. Yeah, I kind of like that. We'll have a grid on each layer, and so basically it will be the data. It will be a list of cells, right? That's what a grid is, and the cells will be basically what sprite have you painted on there. All right, I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. So we have the tile grid. We have tile grid and tile grid cell. But here's the problem. It's going to be a little different than this tile grid. Where is the tile grid? Oh, it's way up here. I'm going to put down the rest of the tile stuff. Maybe I'll just make this alphabetical. Is that helpful? I think so. Okay, I can just easily think about what letter it starts with. It's good there. I'm going to change my mind like 20 times, so it's no biggie. Okay, so we have a tile grid that has a tile grid and a bunch of cells, right? But there's code running on this tile grid, so we can't just do that. We're gonna have to like make a whole other grid thing. In fact, I'm gonna abstract grid out to just selling grids, and then maybe I'll refactor this to use that same thing. But first things first. Let's just keep going with the simple stuff. All right. So public class will have a grid. And the grid will be ECS component, and you will be a list of cells. And the cells it's like, I don't understand any of those words you just put down. So we have to import those libraries. So we definitely need the generic list thing and the cell. We're going to have to actually create the cell class. It's a public class. And the public, this is also going to be the ECS component. Right, so you're good. Go to your own class or own file. You're good. Go to your file. Great. So we have a grid, we have cells, and each layer wants to know about these grids. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the UI, check out these layers. I'm going to put a grid on the layer. What's distracting to me is that the grid doesn't actually show me the cells. Why? Why aren't you showing me the cells? Cells is a perfectly valid, nice thing. Oh, is it just because you don't have anything? Is that why you don't like it? What if I just gave you a name or, yeah, I'm gonna call you a name. It's gonna get a little mad at me, but I think it's gonna be fine. No, I'm gonna, yeah, working with Unity. All right, here we go. Why aren't you showing me the grid? I must have some kind of error. Oh, grid has the same name as some built-in Unity component, so maybe it doesn't want me to do this. Okay, so because of that, I think I'm just going to rename this to grid data. That way it doesn't freak out. Grid data. Still not giving me the cell stuff though. Why not? Oh, let me fix this Windows Defender stuff. Sure. Alright, old one. Take your time. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. So, oh. We have grid data. Grid data, good. Cell, good. Cell not showing on grid data, bad. Very, very bad. Why? Why isn't it showing? Okay, list of, oh! It's gotta be public, or nothing can see it. If not public, nothing can see it. Bam! Got my cells. Alright. So here's the thing. Right now I have cells as a... And this is kind of like an issue of you using C# and then Unity together. Cells can be thought of as data and can be thought of like an object in your game scene. So me doing it like this, where I put cells as a component here, it's going to expect Unity to have a reference to that. So I can't just say new cell, open close parentheses, because that's not how Unity works. It wants to create all through its interface, and it can't use the constructors. It has to like instantiate it in the scene. So could have like this hidden cells thing. That might be a thing that we do. And then we just kind of duplicate the references. So basically every cell just has a list of like game objects that it like is referencing. That way we have the data as one class, and then the actual visual representations as just like some kind of dummy game object with sprite renders on it. That might be the way I go. Okay, we'll say that is the way I go, and then maybe it is, maybe it is not. Public list. List. Doing a lot of lists today. This one's just going to be a list of game objects, and then we'll just call you representations, drawings, is. That's the one that's stuck. Not sure if that's the right one. So cells are gonna live in this kind of hidden area, and I might just make this might be the way I do stuff from here on out. Data. Data is not going to be active, but it will be. Will be a singleton. Yeah. This is interesting because I'm going to have a disabled object that basically doesn't get updated in the scene, but it will be like this area where I can see the data. Sorry, I've never done this before, and like I always like find something new every time I make a new Unity project, and like I'm kind of liking this. I have like the data off the side where like you can still reference it, but like Unity for the most part should just ignore it, but then you can still see it in the inspector. I like this, I think. Okay, anyway, sorry, just thinking and not working. Let's work. Alright, so I might just do something silly, like just have like this data class, and I'm surprised you didn't say, I have this data class. So that term is way too generic, and I agree, it is way too generic, but here it is. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I've done this like a million times too, and that's why I'm like always kind of beating myself up too. So I'm gonna have a reference to ourselves. It's gonna be static. I don't know if it needs to be public though. Yeah, I probably should. Public static data instance, and this is gonna be a singleton. So that's why this is like that. Or, you know what? I like this called singleton just because I feel like that really explains what it is. Okay, so I have this singleton. What we want it to do is on enable, which won't be called actually because it's going to be disabled. If not singleton then. Yeah. So if the singleton does not exist, go ahead and make this. But if it does exist, maybe just destroy yourself. Destroy game object or destroy this. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. So you don't have data. Yeah, it's hard. This one's hard. The other thing I'm thinking. So like a cell, right? I have cell like as an ECS component. It's not going to be an ECS component. It won't be registered to the ECS like library, so it won't be a component there. Basically, it won't be running in the scene, and so it doesn't really make sense to call this an ECS component. Maybe I'm just going to call this like, God, this would be something like data or. I'm just trying to come up with naming conventions here. Like this data that isn't like actually running. This is a class that's not running in the scene, right? This is just data that just sits there, but can be looked at and stuff via Unity. So maybe I'll just call this like Unity data. It's going to be a whole little tiny system that we're making. So we have this Unity data class, and this Unity data class is an abstract, and all of it is just is it a mono behavior? Yeah, it's a mono behavior, and it just sits there. It chills out, and nothing happens. Doesn't do anything on enable, disable, on update. It just sits there. Oh, but maybe this is where I can put code to unexpected void initialize. Gosh, I really want to have like a constructor. This could be like a static. This could be like a factory function. And welcome back, old 122. Right. So, right. This could be a factory method where I just create data using this thing as opposed to new. Right. So we'll just call this like create. And you just pass in some t, where t is a unity data. And oh, and put what game object. I guess that's, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Game object. And you just say game dot add component t. Right? Let's go ahead and return t as well, so we can get a reference to it. So just return that. I think that's what I want. All right, so now we have. Okay, so we have that, but I think we can go even further because we don't just need to do that. We can add it straight onto the data object. Oh, we're gonna create. We're gonna create a game object. We're gonna create the game object, and we'll just name it whatever t is. So this one is the type of t name. We're just gonna name it that. Maybe some random number, just to keep private. I hit the lever on my chair. I'm sitting like on the ground right now. Sorry. All right. Private static int. Where to put this at? Like an we're gonna just make an ID. And what we'll just do is just put name, and then we'll have ID plus. That seems cool. So we have like cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, and then we'll have that game object. Oh, and we need to add it to the big data class. So what I'm creating up above? Where am I creating this? This is not the right class. But basically data dot singleton. Let's actually, I'm gonna reference the property because we can like create the data if it doesn't exist already. I'm having thoughts. I'm having thoughts from my previous projects. There is a way to like make sure an object is created no matter what. Like, say we want it to have this main class that's just, we want to guarantee that it loads up on Unity, even if you don't have an object in Unity that has it. There's a way to do that, and I think I'm going to employ that. That way I can just say singleton. Alright, I'll just use the regular singleton. Singleton dot game object dot transform dot set parent, and then let's say game object dot transform. Okay, so we created a game object, named it whatever data we're creating. We're putting it on this data object, and then we're returning the reference to it after we add that component to that game object. These game objects are going to be active, but the Unity data game object itself is going to be inactive. Right. Okay. So let's go ahead and move that to that class. Let's go ahead and what are we doing? What are we doing? All right, so we have Unity data. I'm working on the data class. There is a special way to actually create this on load runtime initialization on load method. This is what I have to use. I just forgot how to do it. So let's use our favorite tool, Google. and create, I don't know, prefab resource maybe. I'm gonna still like code like this. Get the singleton thing. Let's do this. So runtime initialize on load method. For system is loaded, we want to load the system main, and I feel like there should be a check. Instantiate this. Don't destroy. Yeah. Is this what I want? I think so. Anything new data. This is the part that's not going to be as interesting. I'm going to say set active equals false. That way it's not actually active. But we have a reference to it. Yeah, let's make sure we have that reference to it. Public static data singleton. We gotta name you data. Yeah, so instantiate this resource. We gotta make sure we have a resource or a prefab called data, so we can actually grab that. All right, and then we're gonna say, oh, you know what this is? Game object, not game-o, game object, and then game object, and then our singleton to be game object.get component data, and we'll. Oh, do we actually do that? Yeah. No. Yeah. Going crazy. Yes. No. Maybe. Yeah. I think you want me to just not have any of that? Cool. What's your problem? Expensive? I know. No problem. Oh, null reference? Yeah, probably. I want it to crash on me though if there's a null reference. Okay, yeah, this should be good. So in my Unity scene, I have to make sure I have a resources folder. Might I do it right here? Is it resource or resources? I could totally read. Let's read. Resources. Then this data, we just put it here. Oh, can it start off as unenabled? Then I don't even have to worry about doing that in code. I mean, it might be good to have that in code, maybe? All right, maybe. All right, so now since that's a prefab, the way to test it is, right now the data object's not there at all, but it is in the resources folder as data. So hopefully when I hit play, we'll get a new game object called data. Oh, don't maximize on play. That. So we had the do not destroy a data clone. Nice. I don't like that name though, so just for aesthetics, just, you know, why don't you say data? Alright, I gotta take off that option for now. Cool, so we have this data. It's right there. Seems to be chilling there. So now I can use it for whenever I need. And hopefully I can use the static reference data dot whatever, and I'll be good to go. Let's see if that's the case. Alright, so Unity data. So if we create something, right? Every time we create an instance of this, we're just making a new object. I'm just thinking. Why does that have to be protected static? That blows my mind. I don't even know if that's even right. So I'm just gonna say Unity data dot create, and then whatever kind of data I'm trying to create. Oh, is that why? Maybe I just want to pass myself in. Hmm. Because, yeah, sorry, I'm thinking internally. I gotta think out loud. Uh, that hopefully helps everybody, including myself. Uh, right. So I gotta make this some Unity data. And if I say create type, this is a system type. Yeah. Uh, so we would have this create type, and so I'd actually put the code here, and we already have the type, so we don't have to get type of. We just say type name, and then we do all the same stuff, except now instead of that, we just say type. And definitely know this is Unity data. We don't know, but I'm just going to guess it is. And then for this one, all we got to do is just return t create type of t. So that way we have the generic and the not generic part of this going on. And is that what I want? Who knows? Wow, a lot of setup for not so much gain right now, but I think throughout this project that's going to be really good. So we have our instances, we have our layers. We were going strong, and then we halted for a bit. So let's think about stuff now. So yep, our cell is going to be some data, and it's just going to have a list of instances. Our yeah. I almost want to like override the. I know this is gonna be crazy. The add component, but we can't do that because it's on the game object. Never mind. I wanted to basically like throw an exception if you're trying to add this as a component via the the regular add component. Like I want you to use this guy, this create. This is where the magic lives. But okay, cool. Let's keep going. So we have our cells, we have layers. Let me just go back to the interface. So okay, we have layer 1, layer 2, and this layer list. Awesome. And in the layers, we have grid data and the cells. The cells are just going to be, man, I think Okay. Oh, it came back. Weird. My default. My default. No, 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 no. I see. When my webcam died, uh, it took over my mic too. I got it. You know what? I don't think it's ever been using my. Has it never been using my mic? Oh, that's crazy. Okay, well, now I'm on my mic. Maybe it'll sound better. Okay. Goodness gracious. All right, I am not making very fast progress. All right, here we go. So we got our cells. Our cells are going to live in this data class that's not showing up right now, but it will. So if I hit play, we have our data. So maybe every time I make a cell, I'm going to save it into the cell's data on layer 1. I think that's what I'll do for this time. And then next time, we can actually work on trying to get that to go into a different layer. Okay. Right. So layer 1 has the cells. I basically want the cells to be not the same. I want the cell size, the grid size to be the same. Okay. So maybe I'll say like sync grid size or not. All right. Well, either way, I think I'm going to need a public int x, or we could just call it public vector 2 int size. And I think I'm doing the same thing with tile grid. Yeah. And I'm just going to sync the Eventually, we don't want the layers to be the same size, but for now, I think I'm gonna keep them the same size. So I'm going to sync tile grid and layer grid. Maybe size. Let's do that from the editor. Okay. Working it. So this is going to be a system. And so on update, we're just going to grab each of our tile grid. Each of our tile grids. So we're going to grab a reference to each of our tile grids. So var tile grid equals entity item 1. And then we're also going to get a reference to each of our layers. And then really, we're just going to say tile layer dot size that item 1 dot I don't think I just want layer. I want layer and grid data. Yeah. And so actually item 2 dot size. We'll call you layer grid. And then we're just going to say this is going to be the same thing as tile grid dot size. I'm not going to like this. Entity 2. I'm going to just make these local variables. Layer grid equals entity 2 dot item 2 layer grid dot size equals tile grid dot size. I think overall it reads a little better. Just I don't like the entity 1 entity 2 thing, but still thinking about it. All right. So anyway, that syncs up the grid sizes, and then we actually got to we have to figure out if the size is greater than 0, put the data into the data layer thing. Okay, I'm good with that. So that's the syncing of it. Let's just start another class right quick, and this is gonna be I don't know why I'm making this 2 classes, but that's the grid. This is going to be sync tile grid and layer data. Is it tile grid? Yeah, tile grid and system data. Oh, no. You know what this is going to be? This is just going to be sync or store layer data. Store layer cells, or update layer cells. Wow, what function is that? Okay, so on the update layer cells, it's going to be an update for each var layer and get entities layer, yeah, var. I guess I'll also grab the grid data. Yeah, this is an entity. The layer. What kind of stuff's in item 1? Nothing really, right? Like, what's in layer is what I'm trying to figure out. Nothing. Okay. So really, the interesting stuff's in here, in item 2. So, okay, we have grid data. Alright, I guess first things first. Let me think about what needs to happen here. You're going to have a vector2 int, and that's going to be your position on the grid. So 0, 0 being the bottom left, and
XX being top right. That makes sense so far. And if I really want to get in there, I'm going to say what sprite you should be. This may change, but I think that's a good start. Okay, so we have the layer grid. The layer grid's going to have a size, most likely. If layer grid size is layer grid dot size, so if size dot x times size dot y greater than 0. So if we have a size that's greater than 0, do this. Else, for int I equals layer grid, yeah, for each cell basically, we want to destroy it. That's what I gotta make sure I do too. On destroy for each var instance in instances, destroy instance, and then instance dot clear. All right. So when we destroy a cell, I want to destroy all like visual representation of that thing and then clear that list. We should also have a reference to what layer you're in. That actually makes big time sense. So okay, a cell can be on a layer. It can be, cell has a position. Let's put that up there too. Cell has a position, it has a layer. Maybe the layer even more important than the position. Which layer are you on, then which position, which sprite represents you, and then give me all the instances of you like actually using that sprite. Yes, I like that so far. So okay, when it comes to the data, if you are equal to 0, I just want to go ahead and destroy all the instances. So layer grid dot cells. Actually, let's go ahead and just grab that too. Var cells equals thinking, sorry. Layer grid dot cells. Okay. So I'm just going to count the cells, -1, I greater than or equal to 0, I plus plus. Yep, I already screwed that up. I minus minus. Just go ahead and destroy those actual cells. Cells I. And go ahead and remove at I. Alright, so if you have 0 as your grid size, it's just going to remove everything. Or if for some reason you put a negative as a size, it will just remove everything. If you have 2 negatives, that might make a positive. But anyway, I won't worry about that right now. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna worry about that right now because it's such a simple fix. You just say if size x and size y is greater than 0, otherwise just go ahead and delete everything. Uh, cool. So let's go ahead and start instantiating. Right, first we want to check if the actual size has changed. Do I check if there's like an x equals 0 every time? That's what I'll do. Instead of like checking the sizes and the counts, I'm gonna check the cells like iteratively. Like if the first cell is 0, 0, cool. If the second cell is 0, 1, nice. And just keep it going. So let's just do for int y equals 0, y. I'll put var. I don't know why I like the var, but I do. Var y less than size dot y, y plus plus. For var x equals 0, x less than size dot x, x plus plus. Really be nice now at this point to get cells as a I'll figure this out. We're going to say var w is just size dot x. So we're going to get x plus y times w. So it's fine. We can just put size dot x. Whoa, what did I do? Grab that. We'll say var cell equals that cell. If cell dot x if cell dot position dot x equals x and cell dot position dot y equals y, great. Now let's just get the not. If they don't equals that, then let's do some action. I'm going to return false. Guess what I'm doing? I'm going to make this I'm going to make this has changed equals false. But if you do find a change, go ahead and return true. And that seems fine to me. I'm going to go ahead and see what happens here. Alright, so if you get here, return true, otherwise return false. Alright, so if you have changed, maybe have changed? If you have changed, then create missing tiles. Remove extra tiles. Maybe I'll remove extra tiles first. And then create missing tiles. Okay. If you haven't changed, then I say don't do a thing. You're doing just fine. What do you want from me? Frequently called. Okay. So what do you do with frequently called things? I think this is fine. Although, I wouldn't mind just passing in yeah, I guess this is fine. What? Are you all under update? This is not right. That was strange. Okay. Alright, so if you've changed, then do that. Otherwise, do that. Okay. So have changed, you're just saying, hey, has anything changed? If so, be worried. Create missing tiles. So, I'm going to use some link on this. Alright, so we're just going to go for each tile. We'll just do the same thing here. So for everything, if cells.any, yep, using link, cell.position.x equals, I'll say not equals x. No, I better say equals x. Or c.position.y equals y. Better say and. Don't do anything. So I'm just putting not any. So if you don't have any cells that have that, go ahead and say cells dot add, and then this is where we gotta do this right. Cell dot create. I'm okay with that. We can change that. I'm okay. I'm okay with it being an expensive call. Okay. So if you don't have that cell, go ahead and create it. And let's go ahead and set more variables on that. Var cell equals that. Do I need to do anything else? Like sell that position maybe? Yeah, that might be a good thing to do. Oh. Yeah, let's actually just grab a reference to this. Ah! Oh my lord. What's going on? I'm new to Rider too, so sometimes it freaks me out. So, okay. Sell that position dot x equals x. Sell that position dot y equals y. I'd really like to do the layer too, but I don't. Are we grabbing the layer? Ooh, we are grabbing the layer. But we're actually checking. Yeah, we better set the layer, right? Alright, I'm gonna pass in the layer as well. I like being able to pass in the layer. So okay, we're passing in the layer, we're passing in the position. What else does cell have? Sprite would be nice, but if you you might not have it. You don't know what this right away. You don't know what the sprite is, nor do you know the instances. Okay, I'm good with that. And there might be a system that checks that. Okay. Create missing tiles. Cool. What about remove extra tiles? So if it's less than 0, definitely delete it. If it's greater than the size .x or equal to, delete it. So yeah, let's just keep doing this code. Okay. Now we're just gonna do for int I equals cells dot count minus 1, I greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus, and we go backwards just so when we remove an element it doesn't screw up the counts as you're like iterating through. Yep, and now we're just gonna grab the cells I. If cell.position.x is less than 0, or cell.position.x is greater than or equal to size.x, let's just keep adding ors, or cell.position.y is less than 0, or cell.position.y is greater than or equal to size.y. I'm going to even say or cell.layer equals null. Then, oh, you like it way over there, huh? I don't like it way over there, but that's fine. So all of that, then, really, how about if you're down here? Okay, that looks a little better. Alright, so if you're less than 0, greater than x, less than y, 0, greater than y, or equal to null, we're going to remove you. So destroy, I'm just going to destroy the game object. And, gotcha, I gotcha. And remove it. Cells.remove at I. Okay. So we're removing those extra ones. Did I delete something? I must have deleted key thing. How did I even do that? Create, what are you called? Create missing tiles. have a missing parentheses. Oh, what? Okay. I must have copied and pasted then. Okay, I think I got it. Understand these are expensive, but that's okay. Alright, all that to say, I'm hoping this works. Alright, the size sunk. But I don't think the update layer cell is working. Let's figure out what it's trying to do. Okay. Are we here? Alright, I suspect one of these is not a ECS component. They're both ECS components. They're both active. Oh, you have a problem. That's what's happening. Alright, so you're saying you're having the trouble here. Oh, okay. Let's figure that out, shall we? Oh, let's debug. Oops. Okay. So we have size 33, cells 0. What is going on in here? Oh. Alright, let's do a simple check here. I see what's happening. First, I just want to make sure that the cells, if cells.count does not equal size.x times size.y, we already know that's a false. But if they are equal, then we can go ahead and start iterating through them. Got it. Thank you, error. You were helpful. Alright, so you are still there. Oh, I said false, did I not? I meant true. You have changed. Man, you changed. Alright. Can I restart? Am I stopped? Okay, I am stopped. So, return true. Oh, must have to rebuild you. Oh, there we go. I'm putting it the wrong way. Um, those in Unity data, we want the game object to be set to U. So game object dot transform set parent. I had that backwards. All right, cool. So we have our 9 cells, and luckily we also have our 9 cells there. So based on this name doesn't mean anything. We just lucked out that it does kind of go like left to right here. But this is just an instance number, the ID part, the 0, 1, 2, 3. But we should really be able to just check it out from here. So like, here we go, cell 0, cell 1, cell 2. And then you should be able to go to that reference maybe by double clicking it. Yeah. Okay. So if I was to do this also here with this grid, there's a chance we'll have like double. That would be great. Because 0 through 1, 8 here, yeah. But then we also have 9 through 17. So we actually have 18 cells, but they're on 2 different layers. So that's exactly the behavior that we are looking for, and I might just leave that there. Yeah. And on layer list, I may just have active layer. So we have active layer. Active layer is just going to be... Oh wait, I don't think I need a whole class for that. I can just add that to the layer list. Alright, layer list. We may have a layer, and we'll just call you active. I'm going to put Unity data right in there. Not that I need to do this, but I'm totally going to do it. I'm going to have a set default layer. Let's rename that. Set default active layer. Maybe empty, set empty. Alright, default active layer. All this is going to do is check if the layer is empty. For each var entity and get entities, which you can't do because this is not a system yet. So get entities, layer list. Yeah. So for each layer list, var layers equals entity dot item one dot layers. If layer, if active, if not active, if so we get the layer list, I should say. If not layer list dot active, go ahead and say layer list dot active. Okay. Also, if layers dot count is greater than 0. Layer list active equals layers 0. Just grab the first instance, and that's all this is doing. Oh, I can do that. Alright, so if you have a layer that's active, just go ahead and continue. Otherwise, you have your layers, and if you have greater than 0 layers, go ahead and set the active one. Okay, that seems fine. Oof, it's getting late. Alright. Go ahead and add that to the systems. Set default active layer. So hopefully now on each of our, or here, we have an active layer of 1. Cool. Okay. Nice. So now we have an active layer. So now when we paint, we'll just check if there's an active layer, and if so, go ahead and add that cell to the active layer, and then add the instance there too. Let me try that. Sorry, mine's getting mush already. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead. Let's just finish this up. All right. So when we paint the tile, that should be under tile grid. Paint tile with selection. All right. So we have the selected tile, and we're just setting the sprite renderer sprite. So instead of just doing that, it's gonna take some refactoring, but it's okay. I'm gonna get the layer cell. In get entities, let's get entity from the layer list, and let's get active layer. That's just entity2.item.active. All right, so we have the active layer. We have the cell, right? So let's just say cell, layer cell equals active layer dot cells. No, active layer. Oh, layer list equals entity2 dot item1 dot layers. Let's just get layer list, and then we can make you layer list, and then we could say active layer. Then we can say layer list dot layers, where cell layer. I think I'm still at my first thing. What's going on here? So we have our active layer. Our active layer should have cells, right? Active layer. How are you? You should be a layer. A layer does not have cells? Okay. Strange. I mean, I get it. So let's just go ahead and grab cells, which is active layer dot get component grid data dot cells, and then we're just gonna say cells where c dot position equals cell dot. Oh, you're a game object. Interesting. Do you have any information about yourself or your position? Oh, you don't. How about mouse down event? So I am definitely getting the tile grid, but I just don't know what position that. Not as easy as I wanted this to be. This probably needs a little more work, but let's just start typing what I need to do. Set sprite of layer cell to selected tile. It's gonna be a to do. Yeah. And that's actually this whole thing. Okay, so that's a to-do item. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, the enter thing. Okay, no problem. Let's go ahead and just make that a to-do. Paint sprites while holding mouse button down. Okay. So we got the set sprite of the layer cell to the selected sprite totally. Man, I want to get these usages. Oh, right. I'm just gonna put the to-do right here. Refactor to use Unity or cell from the Unity data side. I think that would just be much better. And that way we could paint the different layers. Refactor to use layers and Unity data. Right, so that's how we're doing the grid. I think we need to go ahead and figure out how to get that to paint there. So if we can, let's just take a quick look at the actual program. So okay, if I can get this grid to start using the cells class, that would be great. You can continue to just be a selection. I don't think I'm going to change that code very much. This I will refactor. So it's going to use this layer and the, yeah, I'm going to do layer 1 for now, but the active layer. But yeah. Ooh, maybe I should have on click just change the active layer. That's a good idea. I'm gonna start just moving these tasks over to, so, okay. Where do we update the cell, the grid? That must be on tile grid, update tile grid size, here we go. Alright, so that just does the tile grid size, update the tile grid, yeah, if it's changed, okay. Let's just do a to-do, retain X, Y position of cells during resize. Yeah, definitely. So, okay, did that. I'm just gonna put these as to-do items. Create select another tile layer. Okay, I almost done with that. Maybe on the actual layers script, we can say, actually not there. Let's do it on the layer list. To do on click layer, set active layer. That will be system. I guess here, for lack of a better place. Pan tile grid around canvas to do zoom tile grid. Okay. To do restrict panning of tile grid to one quadrant. I know what that means, at least. This might be layers. Actually, it's the layer list. Export layers to CSV. Alright, so now I put my to-do items here. So that's pretty cool. I like that. That is pretty cool. Alright, yeah, I like having that right in there. I like having that right there. And that way it's in my Git repository and all my to-dos are just happening willy-nilly as I go. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Okay, man, I've been streaming for about 2 hours, a little less than that, but enough. So I'm gonna commit my code and get out of here. I don't see my repo. Oh no, right, cause maybe I don't have my repo here. Can I just bring that over? Where did I put it? Is it in the new folder? Oh yeah, let's bring that over. Okay, so hopefully if I open up a script, it will bring up my repo at this point. Alright, it sees my repo. That's good news. Oh my god, what are you? You don't know what's going on. You don't know about my ignore file. Let's go ahead and grab my ignore file. That should at least bring you down to, yeah, much more manageable. I'm just gonna go with it for now. Sure. If you don't think you need those graphic assets, I'm with you there. Yep, that's changes I've made. I want to bring this back. I want to revert that. And that would be fine to revert to. Resizable window would be fine to revert. Full screen mode, I guess, would be fine to revert. Is there more? How do I easily go to the next thing? Okay, so that's it for you. Yeah, I definitely messed with you. Yep, messed with you, messed with you. Connect settings, I don't really care. Yeah. And you're just brand new files? Cool. So, okay, add the idea of Unity data. A game object that holds data but not running in the scene. Used for creating instances of classes, i.e. Unity data. Right. So I made that. I want grid and layers. I want the tile grid and layers to use Unity data. Cells as the smallest unit. Yep. And represent it in various yeah. Let's not go into that much detail. Create layers. And next up is to refactor tile grid to use layers. Alright, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and push that. Done. What are you talking about? That's fine. No worries. I reviewed all of that. What's up, Adrian? Sorry I don't have my camera up on either. It died on me during the stream. I didn't put my charger on it. So next time, remember to put my charger on my camera, which is my phone. Alright, and finally pushing this through. Alright, cool. So it got pushed. All the code's ready for next time. And that's it for me. Alright, thanks for coming. Thanks for viewing, Adrian. If you were here for a while, thanks. If you're just catching me, then you caught me right when I was leaving. Alright, I'm out of here. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.